Hey guys, Sean Terry here, flip2freedom.com. Hope you're doing well. All right, so in this video, I want to talk specifically how to comp properties in this current market right now nationally. Now, the market right now is absolutely insane. It's moving at such a fast pace. You got some markets that are actually doing incredibly well. Some markets are crashing right now. So how do you actually comp a property? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So if you're excited, let's get into it.
I can't take no loss, yeah. I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground and it go off, yeah. Hit the ground and it go off, yeah, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my
All right, comping properties is probably one of the hardest things that we do in this business, especially on a national basis. And it's comping to exit. What are you gonna sell your property for first out of the gate? We gotta find that number. That's the most important number. What are we going to sell it for? Then we can negotiate what we're going to actually buy it for so we can make a spread as a real estate wholesaler. So, my name is Sean Terry. I've been wholesaling now for the past 19 years. We do deals nationally all across the entire country. We do millions and millions of dollars in sales. I'm actually in my office right here. We got an entire team. And we're doing a ton of business, and it's a blast right now because there are a lot more motivated sellers in the market than it was just a handful of years ago. So if you want to learn exactly how we go out there and do deals nationally, how we go out there and find the best markets to do deals in, the 7-step process to actually do deals, how to find a title company that'll go national, the 4-step process, do we make offers over the phone, and exactly how to comp. So actually, I give you a comp calculator. All you have to do is just click the link right up there and you'll get the free comp calculator. You'll learn exactly how we do deals and you'll absolutely love it. All right, so comping. First off, the most important question you have to ask, right, is what is your exit price? We have to know your exit price first before we can determine what we're going to offer a seller and be able to get that, get that contract for that right price. Now, one of the worst things you can do, not one of the worst things, because obviously you can cancel the contract, but it's not a good thing to sign a contract for too high. Then you're stuck on the property. That means you put it out to market, you can't sell it, it just sits there. Seller gets mad, they get anxious, they want to get the property moved, you can't move it because there's no activity on it, and it's very frustrating. So being able to find out what the exit number is the most important part. Then we can work our numbers backwards. Now, in the training up here that I talked about, I actually show it the comp calculator and how we work that. I want to talk about the conceptual idea so you fully understand. Now, we got to find that exit number, right? So that exit number is determined in this current market not by sold properties, which a lot of people look at. They'll go in and look at sold properties for the last 90 days. They'll look at 70% less repairs, less the fee, and look at the three sold comps for the last 90 days. And that's how they try to come up with their number. That doesn't work in this market anymore, unfortunately. So what we got to do is we've got to go in, and I like using Redfin, and I'll go into Redfin, and we can go in and we can look at pending properties in a area. And I try to look at like a 1 mile radius, and I'm going to go into pending properties, and I want to find out and look through all the pending properties that are similar to my property. If they're 1,200 square feet, I look for, 11, 12, or 1,300 square foot properties, right? Something similar. If they're built within 10 years, I want to find a similar and like property, like our subject property. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the pending properties, and I'm going to click into each one of them that are similar, and I'm going to find out which ones have sold or actually went pending the fastest. Now, I like properties under 30 days, even better if they're in like 5, 6, 7, 10 days. It just hits the market, it goes pending. Those are the best type of deals. So if you have properties out there and you look at all the listed properties, and they're at, 320,000, then you get the pending properties that are pending quickly at $280,000. And then you get the sold properties now are $3 300, 320, 330, you know that 280 is your strike price in that particular area to move the property quickly. So now you're looking at the property as 280 is the exit. Now you got to look at the condition of that property or other properties similar that has went pending incredibly quickly, and look at the condition and compare that condition to your property. Now, if the condition is nice and yours isn't, you're gonna have to take a per square foot number and deduct it from that number that you're gonna have to exit. Because if a nice property is exiting at say 280, and your property's trashed, you're gonna have to take 20 bucks, 25 bucks a foot and just take it off that number. Now, that is not what you can actually get the property renovated for, but that will give you a cushion that you can work with when it comes to renovation. So let's say you're at 280, and let's say it's similar. Now you can negotiate your spread, right? Now, we sell all of our properties on the MLS. So we would list our property, and we list it 2 to 3% under that pending property that went super fast. So if it was at 280, we probably listed about 270, 73, around there or so. And that's what or 269, we'll be able to turn around. And that property would get a ton of attention. The one went in 3, 4, 5 days, maybe 10 days. Ours is going to get a ton of attention, a ton of showing, a ton of calls, because we are priced right. And price is the number one factor that gets interest in the property. Now it even might get bid up. We don't know that. The bottom line is we're going to put it out at a price that we're going to attract. Now I've got to negotiate off that, say, $270,000 number. I've got to negotiate down with the seller. Now I know I got to pay maybe 2.5%, 3% realtor fees, and I got closing costs to say 2%. So I've got about 5% coming off the top of that number. So I've got to take, 270 minus the 5%. And then that's my strike price exit number. Then I got to negotiate. So if you look at that right there, I'm going to get down into a number. And our average deal size right now is about $31,000 for all the deals that we do. So if I want to get into a $31,000 spread, I've got to negotiate now that property down to 230, 220. And if I'm negotiating with a seller, I don't want to start at 220, 230. I'm going to have to start down at, 180, 190, 200 to get up to, 210, 220, 230 to basically lock in that number so I can guarantee I can sell it, at 270 and I can sell that property quickly. So the bottom line when it comes to comping property is you got to be, number one, the lowest priced property, comparable property in about a 1 mile radius of your subject property, right? Number one. Number two is you've got to be priced about 2 to 3% lower than the fastest pending properties, and you'll get a ton of action on that property. And that's how we have a closing percentage right now, about 87%. And we're moving properties quickly because that's our pricing model. And then what we'll do is we'll turn around and we'll negotiate down from that number. Now, just on the side note, is that in negotiating, whoever names the first number first loses. So first off, we never make an offer until we get a number from a seller. So we always ask them in multiple different occasions, what do you want for the property? In your best case, what would you like to get? What's your asking price for the property? And you want to get those numbers before you make your offer on the property to be able to get that property under contract. So whoever names the first number first loses. So you got to make sure you get their number first before you make your offer price. Now, I have other videos that talks about pivot and how to actually pivot from the low cash number up to a mid number, which would be the $230,000 number. And with that number comes the condition that you're going to list the property on the MLS. You're going to find a retail buyer. You're not the buyer. And there'll be sellers who'll be like, absolutely, I'd definitely like to do it. You give me a strike price of $230,000. You can get this sucker closed in 45 days. We're good. I don't want to hassle. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with repairs. I don't want to deal with any of the calls. I just want to get this thing done. And that has worked incredibly well. Like I said, I got other videos in the channel that you can look at exactly how to be able to negotiate the pivot with the seller. So If you like this video, do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to register for one of our webinars and download our calculator, you can do that there. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time. Greatly appreciate it. Hope this information helped, because I can tell you, it absolutely will guarantee that you're in the money on a deal, and you'll be able to sell it quickly if you use this methodology. So hope this helps. Have a great day. God bless.
I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year.